Hey guys, it's Coach Dan from Empire Fit Club. Welcome back to our Empire Fit Talk. So I have Coach,
Gavi,
Coach,
Yep.
Coach,
Coach Suzanne.
and the last Coach.
Dean.
Yeah, all the coaches here. Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about money. All right, so actually it's all about how much money should we spend on investing for our health and wellness. Okay, so that's the topic today. All right, so who wants to go first? Let's talk about how much money do you actually spend in your health and wellness? How much you spent for training? Everybody's like looking out.
Jujur ya, this topic is something yang I like to talk about karena bayangin kayak gini, if you want to have a good career ke depan, selalu nanya, how much money you would want to spend for your education, ya nggak? So you get good career, mau sekolah bagus, ini, because what? So ke depannya you have a good career, in good income and whatnot, right? So health is actually the same, cuman banyak orang suka nggak mikir kayak gitu. Like I don't need to eat healthy, I don't need to spend much money for ini, nggak usah lah, olahraga nanti aja. All those delay, padahal nggak kepikiran like at the end nanti health itu penting loh. Same like your education. So I think I wanna kinda like pinpoint sedikit buat orang yang di sana mikir nunggu aja nanti aja atau apa health reason mau wellness lah apa. You need to start switching your perspective gitu. Sama kayak education, you wanna have a good career, ya ngambil sekolah yang bagus. You wanna have a good life, healthy life, biar bisa gerak ini. Udah mulai mikir dari sekarang investasi ke depan tuh bagaimana. Nah kita kembali lagi ke topik, berapa banyak kita mau keluarkan untuk investasi kesehatan kita ke depan. Saelah, pas gitu ya nggak?
Okay, so I guess Coach Suzanne didn't actually answer the question. How much money you spent for training? Okay, so let's go back to that one. That was a good point though. That was a good point. So a lot of people does think like, oh yeah, training comes after. That's an afterthought for training. I don't have money for my health and stuff, but they have money for something else. So that's what I think what you're trying to say, right? So, but before we go into more of that later on, let's go back. Let's go one by one. The most money you've spent for training. I'll go first.
Okay,
I'll go first. I could say I spent half of my money, my salary, into training. It could be workout gears. I love my workout gears. It could be my supplements. I use supplements from time to time. It could be for food. Definitely for food. That's what's one of the most important for me for food. So I spend a lot. And obviously I like to train in one of the best scenarios or best place or best fitness facility that I could find that would suit it to me. And then I think I like to be there and then train. So I would spend a lot of money just to be able to train in one of the best facilities. You know, for Instagram purposes also.
Coach Tan kan juga background sports, right?
Yeah.
Pasti mau dong spend money to train sama good coach ada dari luar workshop or something like that, right?
So background sports, team sports mostly. Yeah, you want to spend the most money you have to be able to afford the best coaches. Otherwise, coachnya gitu-gitu aja, ya you play gitu-gitu aja. That's my Indo for today, everybody. Anyway, I think that's for me. Like roughly about 50-60% of my salary would go towards training. That's a big one. Yeah.
That's a big one there.
I have no
big
life.
investment.
I have no life. Just training. That's it. Okay, Coach Gavi, go.
I think the most money I've spent for training tuh pas aku investasi dengan equipment di rumah ya. Soalnya pas lockdown nggak ada equipment, nggak ada dumbbell, body weight terus pakai backpack bosen lah ya. Jadi di rumah sekarang ada barbell, ada bumper plates, ada pull up bar, ada dumbbell adjustable. Jadi saya tuh bisa workout with no excuses di rumah. Disclose how much money that is because I just made like a mini home gym at home. So that's probably the most money I've spent for training because for now, until later, training has become part of a daily life lah. untuk kita semua kan. Jadi kalau it's become part of our daily life, kalau training nggak ada gitu sehari-hari, kalau nggak jalan atau nggak ada form of activity, you're missing something. I feel like I'm missing something. Jadi if you get to that point where training has become part of your life, you will feel the need to train and then invest in equipment and then invest in workout gear, like you say, supplement, because you want to be better and better and better. Tapi again, it comes down to your values. What do you want to prioritize this year? What do you want to prioritize later in life? If it's your health, then you start now. Gitu aja sih. Udah.
What about you?
What about you?
Well, basically, I don't really care about the gears, but for me, what's really important for me is the shoes, because most of the time I want to move, even while I'm just like in the
The
gym.
what?
The shoes.
Oh, shoes. Okay.
Yeah, shoes. So this is
What
the
do
most
you do,
important thing.
Coach? What do you do outside Empire? Just
So
explain.
basically, yeah, for my like field or my real
Expertise.
passion, I would love to go for like jumping around, doing my parkour. So I always need the shoes. The shoes is the most important thing, especially in Indonesia. When it just like rain or something, you would like have good shoes. So I don't mind to spend like really expensive shoes related to parkour. But when it's come to nutrition, I think this is a challenging part for me. I would love to save money, but at the same time, I know that I need this. So I also pay for the like nutrition, and so I can get the most benefits, or like, because in Indonesia protein is like so expensive. It's different in Egypt, so I need to pay like a lot to cover like this like amount of protein intake, but still need to work. I need to pay more, so I just like need to figure out too like how I'm gonna do this. But I don't mind to pay when it's come to the things that I really need. But for like showing off or like working out with like outfit, I can just like work out with like t-shirtless or like really light things, so I can like feel free and do what I have to do to reach my goal.
Kayak kalau dari pengalaman aku, cause kalau di luar Empire, aku itu berenang, so I don't need shoes. Shoes only for working. Sisanya I spend more money. Actually, kalau dihitung-hitung, I spend more money training actually daripada beli gearnya. So bayar courses, training sama workshop A, B, C, ngambil sertifikat, educate myself, itu roughly I cost lebih banyak uang keluar di situ gitu. Apalagi kalau misalkan ada coach datang dari luar, dia ada workshop, mau ngambil ilmu, mau belajar memperbaiki teknik, willing sih ngeluarin uang banyak gitu. Kalau untuk segi gear, kebetulan I believe aku tipe orang kalau yang beli bagus itu tahan lama. Nah, jadi kalau beli sepatu ya lumayan lah ya. Kalau gear untuk free diving lumayan mahal gitu. Tapi kalau baju, mohon maaf, saya cinta produk Indonesia dan China gitu. Yang murah-murah saja, yang affordable, karena apa? Gampang rusak. With my training itu jadi nggak sakit hati. Gitu. Kalau sepatu ya kita pakai terus-terusan, paling satu sepatu setahun habis solnya gitu. Running lah ini, but ya itu yang investasi agak sedikit lebih tinggi biayanya. Tapi kalau baju, legging, sports bra, apalagi kalau latihan di Empire ya kan, bye gitu, rusak legging lah ini. Jadi for me, I don't buy expensive clothes karena tahu umurnya pendek. Jadi lebih mau investasi yang mahal yang aku tahu ini untuk long termnya ada value gitu. Kalau itu aku. Jadi banyak uang habis di trainingnya daripada belanjanya gitu. Kalau nutrisi ya sama. Untung ada suplemen gitu. Protein mahal, Cin. Makan dada ayam lama-lama tepor gitu kan. Tenderloin juga mahal, steak, waduh gitu. Jadi ya kita harus balance untuk itu. Berarti ya kalau dari general sih abis di training. Nangisnya itu di situ. Tapi buat ke depan. What about you, Din?
Me, I just want to keep it very simple and straightforward.
Yeah.
So the most money I spend is on the food yeah, the food that I bought, and fitness gear because I play soccer and futsal, so I have to buy a futsal shoes, soccer shoes, and soccer jerseys, futsal jerseys, and also I don't want to use that at the gym, so I need to buy another gym clothes for that. Yeah, so basically that's all my money.
Tapi lu spend duit banyak ya, makanan.
Banyak. Ya, makanan sih.
Buat yang nggak tahu, Din itu makannya banyak banget, makanya.
Every hour dia lapar.
Ya.
Dia lapar. Starbucks sih.
Iya. So I guess for the guys mostly habis duit ya di makanan and
Food.
shopping.
Food.
I mean, you just gotta touch base on that, right? One of the most important thing, I think everybody would agree, is the nutrition. And unfortunately, we live in a country where for some reason to have good proteins is a good source of proteins, you just have to spend a little bit more. Okay, well, this actually will brings. I want to touch base a quick bit on later on some of the things that Coach Gaby mentioned, but this would actually moves us on to the next point for today. Do you actually have to spend money to get in shape or to get healthy? Do you really have to spend a lot of money? We're talking about like a lot of money here to get in shape. Do you have to, or do you not really have to?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
You do need to spend a little bit money. Misalkan gini deh, as a runner, itu olahraga paling gratis tuh, right? All you gotta do is run, cari tempat yang available, GBK free masuk sini, run. Tapi tetap aja as a runner pasti setidaknya perlu sepatu. You need to invest a good shoes. Kenapa? Karena kalau main sepatu abal-abal, yang ada create injury kan ke depan, bisa kena ankle, kena knee, hipnya karena nggak sesuai gitu. Same when you wanna do weightlifting tapi pakai running shoes, nggak bisa juga gitu. Oleng kita. So,
Jangan lupa kita tuh Empire Fit Games juga nggak mahal loh.
oh iya. Sempet ya. Oke, nggak masalah.
Was that on the topic? Here's
At least you need
course.
lah.
Yeah.
Gitu.
So the key point to take here, you do have to invest some. You can't get everything for free. You can't get everything too easy. You gotta spend something or invest something. And then when you invest, you need to do your research. You need to find, say like you said, when you go for a run, it's quite the cheapest method of exercise that anybody could do. But then you have to invest in good shoes, so that way you don't injure yourselves. If you go for training, weightlifting, you gotta invest in the gym or the facilities that would complement your training, right? If you, like Coach Dean there, playing soccer and stuff, or futsal, you gotta invest in the team or in the team coach. That would definitely gonna, improve your playing styles, your skills, right? So the key points here, we can't expect anything for free. We gotta at least invest something. Aside from investing money, we gotta invest some time. Coach Ehab does parkour. That's probably one of the things that easily to do. You could just find a wall, find obstacles, and just jump over it. And that's it. And he goes, parkour! Well, he doesn't. He just shouts parkour every time. He step over a stone and parkour. But he still needs to, like he says, he needs the good shoes to do it. So he's got to invest. I think what everybody needs to think right now is, what do you like to do? What sort of trainings do you like to do? And what sort of investments that you need to do for it without actually going overboard, right? This is one of the things that, well, for me personally, I tend to go overboard. Oh, I need these shoes for running. I don't really run, but for running, just to look cool. This is Olympic shoes, but I don't really do Olympic weightlifting. But it's good for my deadlift or my squats or whatever, But for me, I tend to go overboard.
There's your running shoes. Do you run?
That's my running shoes. Only my running shoes. I walk, but I walk comfortably in my running shoes.
Jadi kayaknya tipsnya, you need to find olahraga yang kamu passion about. Jadi saat menginvestasi, nggak kebuang uangnya, ya kan? Nggak kebuang-buang, daripada cuma sepatu beli tapi pajangan. Siapa yang suka gitu, ayo? Tuh.
I just said that.
Kan itu namanya nyinyir. Itu namanya nyinyir gitu. Oh ya Allah.
Okay.
Berarti ya gitu.
Cool. All right. So good points on everybody. So I just want to go back to what Coach Gaby mentioned before. So she mentioned earlier that you spend your money on fitness gears, that is in like equipments at home. Now, here's the next questions. Do you need to buy those things, or do you, how to say this? Yeah, do you rather be like a part of a bigger group, like work out together and stuff? So the thing is, like, do you really need to buy those fitness equipments for home gym, or you could actually get that outside and then be part of a community or something like that? Does that make sense? Does the question make sense?
Makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, the thing is for me, you don't need that fitness gear at home sebenarnya. Tapi itu lebih convenient for moi.
Okay.
Jadi kalau bangun tidur Sabtu Minggu kalau aku lagi males ada di
Mager.
rumah.
I know mager.
Kalau lagi mager ada di rumah. Jadi something that is easily accessible to me, I will use it. That's me. Tapi kalau misalnya kalian nggak mau beli fitness gear, terus kalian ada motivasi, ada temen di luar atau ada community di gym seperti kita, you like to work out outside with us, dan ya, atau sama teman-teman lain juga nggak apa-apa.
Jadi ada dua tipe manusia di dunia ini. Satu yang punya disiplin tinggi, satu yang mager. Nah, kalau punya disiplin tinggi silakan dan punya dananya, belilah perlengkapannya. Yang butuh komunitas untuk bergerak, nggak perlu beli, ya nggak apa-apa. Yang penting menemukan komunitas yang tepat.
Yeah.
Tapi kalau di combine itu gimana? What do you think? To be part of a community, lu harus beli gearnya. Nah itu gimana?
Itu banyak lagi di sini.
Nah, kan
Tapi
itu
To
agak
be part of
nyenggol
the
nih.
community, you have to buy.
Jadi gini loh, ada komunitas A, gue mau ikutan work olahraga, tapi harus khusus menggunakan alat ini semua. Kan sekarang contohnya nih senggol dikit, sepeda, ya nggak?
Yeah.
Kan komunitas sepeda banyak nih. Tapi to be part certain community,
Nggak boleh
you need
lari
nggak boleh jenis sepeda lain, karena
Harus
nggak
sepeda.
keren gitu. Because harus kelihatan keren, harus gini, ini gitu. Akhirnya harus cari komunitas lain atau gimana? What do you think about that? Agak nyenggol dikit nih. Tiba-tiba langsung dapat hate note gue langsung dari orang apa? Mohon maaf ya, peace gitu.
I would say find a different community. I'm just kidding. No. Well, you go back to what you mentioned before. You just have to find what you really enjoy the most, right? If you really enjoy cycling, then I would would be able to see you guys to actually spend something in your life, what you like. You know, you'll spend some money on the bikes, and then all of a sudden you spend some money on those lycra things that they wear, so that they're more aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Helmets to be
Shoes.
safe, shoes, so it locks on their
Yeah.
pedals and whatever. So
Heart
they-
rate monitor.
apparently they pedal faster that way.
Gaby tau banyak ya.
Yeah, her dad is one of those community, the Goes community.
Goes.
Alright, so but yeah, I think go back to the finding out what you really enjoy doing. That way, I don't think you'll be, what's to say? I have to say this in English. You won't mind to spend
Yeah.
that much money. You know what I mean? Like for me, I like working out, so I won't mind spending so much money in just gears. Could be branded, could be non-branded, as long as I could have one in the morning, different one in the evening, and then the different one next time and so on. Yeah, I do clothes change throughout the day. But yeah, I don't mind, just because I love it.
Yeah.
I love the things, and then I know these things kind of like, I found a little bit of a motivation kind of thing. Oh, new stuff, I want to check it out, I want to test it out, and then I'll go work out because of it.
Yeah.
I got my Olympic shoes. I started lifting do Olympic weightlifting. I'm not good at it yet, but I'm still learning. And then it got me into doing it, and I love it because of that. You know. So I think you go back to, if it's something that you really like, that you could see yourself doing for a long period of time. I think you wouldn't mind spending that much money. I think.
Kodin gimana?
for me,
Kan you have different komunitas kan? Ada futsal, ada soccer, what do you think?
Have you seen his place?
his house? No.
How much shoes he's got?
Iya baru ngeh.
Coba di-share
That's
ceritanya.
where the money is now, guys. Ya, basically kalau ya ikut kayak komunitas sepak bola, futsal, like it's more on the jersey, I think. Like people will look up at the jersey.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, especially if it's like now it's famous with people using like local jerseys, kayak Bali United or and stuff like that. You know, like
Really?
those local teams.
Sorry, nggak
Yeah.
ngikutin bola. Oke, really?
Yeah,
Really?
or national teams or national team jerseys and stuff. Yeah, so basically it's more of like the jerseys now, not the shoes anymore. But back then, back in middle school, high school, it was the shoes. Now it's just the jerseys
But do you
and the
feel,
skill.
lu berasa nggak pressure untuk ngikut komunitas itu harus mengeluarkan uang gimana gitu?
Nggak begitu sih. Terkadang ada juga yang cuma pakai singlet juga nggak apa-apa main bola atau main futsal. Like it doesn't really matter. As long as you're a part of the community, you play, you show up. That's what matters to the community.
Lihat kamera saya
Yeah.
jangan
Oh, iya.
Terus lanjut.
Yeah, basically that's it.
What about you, Ihab? Parkour,
I think-
parkour community tuh.
Yeah, parkour community is very simple. I mean, you can just like simply go with like no clothes and you just like everyone's just like going to welcome you. Let's
No
go jump
clothes?
around. Like
No
just
clothes?
if you have the shoes,
I need
you
to
are
join this community. Lah salah ya.
You're just like be fine. I mean, it's so simple in parkour. All you're gonna need is like as Coach said, just some walls and good shoes and just like go around.
Okay.
Even in the nature, when we just go to waterfalls or something, sometimes we don't really need the shoes. We just like trying to adapt and get in touch with nature as much as we can. So we just like feel the nature and just like try to adapt with our body with the nature. This is the point of doing parkour in general, because it's coming from the like army and they have to adapt with the environment around them and go behind the enemy lines without getting them caught or something like this. So yeah, so I think this is the point.
Dia kayak ninja dong.
Yeah, but I think this all works for us, especially if you don't really want to invest, because we are athletes. We have a strong background. But what if someone who's planning to, I really love this sport, I want to join this sport, but I have no idea what's going on there. What we gonna do about that?
Well, they would decide themselves. We're not gonna do anything about it. But no, I mean, if let's say, I think I know what you're trying to say here. Let's say we're as an outsider looking into some sort of community. Coach Dean touched base on this. If you're part of the community, you won't feel pressure about doing the things that you need to do. But if you're an outsider about to try out, my best suggestions, I've joined in a lot of team sports before. Like I mentioned before, my background has always been in a sports community. So I joined a lot. I play a lot of team sports. And then what I did at the beginning is really, again, I just want to make sure, do I really love this, or do I just want to dip my toes in the water kind of thing, just
Coba-coba.
test it out. Yeah, coba-coba aja. And then do I really want to do that, or can I see myself doing this for numbers of years? Most of the time, I ended up doing it for years, but some I didn't do it. Case in point was judo. I tried judo once, and then it was a high and buy kind of thing. So I didn't end up spending any money in it. I just did the free trial. Just so happened to do a free trial. I could see why they do a free trial. You don't want to pay money in the first go. But yeah, then that was it. You just have to try. I suppose if you really want to try, if you really want to kind of like find out, well, am I gonna love this thing or not? Don't spend too much money yet. You know, get to know the sports, get to know the activities, whether you're gonna like it or not. And then if you really see that that you're gonna like it, then I think that's when you decide, okay, bit by bit, you start invest a little bit, maybe on the shoes, maybe on the just clothings, or maybe just normal shoes first, and then come in. Oh, and then you start learning. Oh, actually, this type of shoes is better. Oh, this type of clothing is better. Oh, this type of bikes is better. Oh, this type of ball is better. You know, then you start knowing that, and then most of the time, you'll end up, when you do love it, you wouldn't mind. You became a part of the community, and then you wouldn't mind to spend. Okay. All right. So one last thing before we actually close it up. Now, it's a kind of like a yes and no questions, which I think we already have touched base on this one a little bit. Now, would you feel motivated enough, like with high branded stuff gears or local branded stuff gear or low branded stuff gear or any new gears in per se. You'll be feeling motivated with an expensive brand. Is it all about the expensive brand or not?
If it looks good on me, then I'm motivated. It doesn't have to be expensive or
Sama.
right?
Yeah.
Buat
Itu sih.
motivasi barang hidup kayak tadi, hidup barang Indonesia dan Cina, ya kan? Yang penting I look good when I see my reflection. Smoke. Udah dan motivasi dan dapat. No need lah.
Okay. And
For me, it's just the comfort. If it's comfortable for me to actually use it and to work out with it, then that's the best thing that I would like to get.
Yeah, itu sih.
Yeah.
comfort. Comfort, and as long as you look good. Okay, so this back to personal reference then. Yeah. So for me, I like to have some good stuff. I like to have normal stuff. So again, I think I would be going towards both of you guys. Well, what you guys said. Comfort wise.
Kalau di sponsor,
Makin
motivasi ya kan?
Of course. Sponsor.
Ini nomor 1, kayaknya semua setuju. Kalau di sponsor langsung motivasi nomor 1.
Especially if it's a big brand. Then we're going.
Let's go.
I'll do workouts with you. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think it's going back towards whether it looks good, comfortable, suitable for your activities. If you're wearing some lifting shoes, but then you go for running activities, I don't think that's gonna do right. So I think it's suitable, comfortable, and then just look good on yourself. So I don't think you need to find any motivations on expensive brand. So what's you do you. I think that's what it is. Okay. So all right, I think are we all good? Does anybody else want to say anything? Sekian dan terima kasih. Alright, so
I don't even know that.
we'll do. Yeah, that's old school. So I think we're just gonna close it up on that. I hope you guys take a little bit on some good points here. I know we joke around a lot, but one of the key points is you guys do you. Find the activities that you really love or enjoy doing, and then be part of that community. Okay. If it's us, great, we'll welcome you guys out. Somewhere else or something else, be good at it, just enjoy it. And then if you want to spend money on it, that's up to you. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it. Us from all the coaches, thank you for joining us for this one. Hope you guys had a good laugh with us. See you guys. Bye.